I can. Hey, Mo.
Hey, how are you?
It's going good.
I feel like I can't see me. Can you see
I can see you. Yeah. Uh-huh.
me?
What
Okay,
can you
cool.
see me? Can you see me?
Yeah, I see
Okay.
you.
All right. You know how it
So
is when you're trying to get everything lined up.
the power of technology or
Yep.
lack thereof. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much for taking the time out to interview with us today with Upscale.
Sure.
So I'm super excited. I absolutely love you. I don't like to say I grew up with you
Uh-huh.
because I grew up on your music
Got you.
and you guys were young too at the time. So
Yeah.
some of y'all stuff I wasn't supposed to be listening to. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
okay.
listen. I'm just gonna let you know. Traces of My Lipstick is my favorite. But
Girl.
that's not why we here today. Cause my mama gonna watch this and she gonna be like,
Yes,
"Say
ma'am.
what now?"
Yeah. So you listen to what? What's your favorite song? Did you say Softest Place? I know you bet. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do
So
that to me.
no.
Okay, so I'm super excited. I have to let you know, playing Christmas Without You
Mm.
is my absolute favorite thing to do. I will have it on repeat while I am putting up my tree. That is
Okay.
whether I have a boo or not. So I am just delighted that you have decided to put out a Christmas project. I'm
Mm-hmm.
super excited and happy for you. So tell me, what made you actually want to do a Christmas project?
Well, coming from Christmas Without You, and shout out to Brian McKnight for writing an amazing song. I always wanted to do a Christmas album. I talked about it several times, but we just never got down to doing it. And so, after everything that was going on in my life, I said I wanted to take everything, like all the emotions, and put it into love. Because everybody knows that Christmas, well, first of all, Christmas time is my favorite holiday. That's just me.
Mine too.
Christmas, I love it. And it's all
That's
about,
it.
yeah, it's about giving, it's about peace, about love. And so I said, this time around, I'm not gonna live with regrets. I'm gonna go ahead and go in the studio and I'm gonna put together um, a piece of art that the world can hear. Not too much, just enough to, like you said, put that tree up, and get your holiday going and listening to it as you're cooking and thinking about, the love that you have and the love that's lost and people that don't have loved ones. I just try to consider everything that people could possibly think of with this
Mhm.
Christmas album. Yeah.
Yes, and you did that. So, what do you think was the most important part about putting your project out? Was it to Would you say it was to give something to everybody?
That is exactly what it was. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. I even have now guys who they go, I'm not a marshmallow, but when I hear silent night, love and joy. So for everybody, all walks of life, there's no
Mhm.
color or nothing like that. It's just giving good music and then also holding on to the nostalgia of what Christmas, the essence of Christmas songs and joy to the worlds and stuff like that. But being mindful to, put my own spin on it, but keeping the essence of what those Christmas songs really meant.
So for me, I am like, Christmas is my favorite holiday as well, next to my birthday.
Okay.
But I just now really started getting into letting my children spread out the branches and put the ornaments on, because before then it was like, don't touch my tree.
Yeah.
I got it under control. Y'all
Mhm.
just sit here and smile for the camera. That's it.
Mhm.
So, what would you say are some of your things that you do to kind of prep for the holidays?
Ooh, I do a lot. I involve my family with just about everything, whether it's helping put the tree up, what the menu is going to be like. I'm asking
Mhm.
my son, like, what do you want to, what do you think we should do this year? And I ask my husband, what do you have a taste for this year? And how do y'all, what color scheme? So I always involve them. And then too, talking to my mom and my grandmother, like, what is the family going to do? Because I spend time with my immediate family and then with my grandmother and everybody. So where are we going to go? Is it going to be a destination Christmas? Like, what are we thinking? So that to me is important, to make sure that everybody's voice is heard that time of year, and then to spread love, girl. It's all about that.
So, in your peace, love, and joy single that you have out, beautiful video, by the way.
Thank
And there was a lyric in there that it captivated me, right?
you.
Because unfortunately, my dad passed away when I was only 19. And
Mhm.
so it's like I heard the whole song, but you have this lyric where you're talking about, if your loved ones aren't here. When you sat down and you guys actually pinned that track, how did that come into your mind to make sure that you include that it's all inclusive? Because there's a void, right? There is that void. So
Well, very mindful of what was going on in my life and in the lives of like my mother and her losing her sister not too long ago, and my cousin, her niece. I just thought about them, and I thought about the fact that even with the producer that I was working with, that I am still working with, Big Mac, he had lost his mother. So
mm,
that those lyrics are very dear to us because it's what we've gone through. Like, and seeing the fact that Christmas is coming back around again and those people that we love so dearly are not going to be here. I wanted to let everybody know that I understand and I'm using my voice to help y'all get through it, because I'm going through it. And so that's my
yeah,
therapy, as long as, and helping other people, so yeah, that was it was heartfelt in the studio, when you sing a lyric like that and then you come out of the booth, you just kind of, it took me back to, my aunt and my cousin. Yeah.
I love that for you. And it makes sense. Uh-oh, did I lose you? Okay, there you go.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for you because recently you just received your honorary doctorate. So
Yes.
how does that feel? Because you know what? All of these people on social media, we gotta love social media, they have their views about this, right?
Mhm.
And some of those views are, they feel like some of these things aren't necessarily deserved. But how do you actually feel about it?
Well, anytime you have gone through the things that I say we've gone through in this industry, being women and
Absolutely.
sometimes being looked down upon, but staying consistent with what you plan on doing when you first got started. Well, I've been in this business for 30 years, learned a lot of things that were going on in the industry. Never really saw the fruits of our labor, but to be recognized for the staying power and the contribution means everything. Everybody wants to get that little accolade to say, keep going. We see you, the things that you've done in our lives mean something. So it meant a lot to me just to be recognized, and for Harvest Christian Academy, for them to even call and say, we want to give you this. And they were like, you really earned it. 30 years. I mean, most people go to school, what, 5, 6 years, what's maybe 7. I'm talking about 30 years. And so they reminded me of the time that I put in, and still going and still allowing other people to understand that they could do it too. And giving back to the community. It's not over.
Yes.
Just having
Yes.
that paper, I'm very thankful for it. But I got so much more work to do, with that.
Yes. And I know when you guys it's funny that I'm talking to you because I remember when you guys were doing the verses
Yeah.
and you and Tiny, you guys were singing one of the songs that you both kind of sort of sung lead on. I was like I was literally yelling at my TV.
What
Like
were you
you guys were
saying?
gonna be like, listen to Mo. She knows what she's talking about. But I was like, yes, because you guys were so young in the industry, right? And a lot of things that other people got to experience, maybe you didn't get to experience it, or maybe you didn't get to experience it in the way that you wanted to. So
Right.
congratulations to you on all of that.
Thank you. Yeah, we didn't go to college. The industry was our college. We got a PhD in music and the things that we had gone through in this industry. So yeah, we didn't get a chance. And I would love to have pledged and went to college and enjoyed that life. But God had another plan for our lives. And so with that being said, I'm still moving in that purpose and in that plan. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that, right now in life, I am the poster child of delayed is not denied
Come
because
on.
if
That's right.
I'm finding that we can go to college, we can get all these accolades, and we can still sit next to the same people years later that don't have those same things
Hmm.
because delayed is not denied. I promise you it's not.
Yep.
So, how would you actually classify your Christmas album?
Hmm. The Christmas album is a life album. Anytime you can
Mm,
take someone through a roller coaster ride with their emotions and feelings, and bring them back with a silent night at the end, just lets them know that it's a piece for everybody. Like you just said, there was a song, there's just some words and lyrics in there that hit home with you, that resonated with what you were going through, and so
yeah.
many other songs. Some people coming home, could be there, because I know my sister has her husband is being deployed, and they don't know if Christmas is going to be a thing for them. They just don't know. So he'll be coming home, but maybe not. We just don't know. But so those songs resonate with people differently. So I would just say, if I had to classify it, a life album.
So we've gotten to see like a lot of your, well, not a lot. Well, I say a lot. We've gotten to see like a lot of your journey, on
Yeah.
TV.
Mhm.
I remember you had this. I posted it. It's so weird. I posted it. You were in the kitchen singing, and you
Yeah.
were cooking, and it was a lot going on social media. And girl, you just the acoustics in your kitchen must be amazing. I'm telling you, because you were just belting the song out, and I was literally over here in tears because it's like I felt all of your emotions. Like I really did. So for you, you've actually put out 2 albums under your own label. What does that feel like for you?
It feels good, to actually have ownership and to walk in a boardroom and get your voice, have your voice heard. For so
Mm-hmm.
many years, people have been listening to me sing and listen to the lyrics, but when you make so much, you sell so many records and you don't really see the fruits of your labor. I became a student of the game, and now signing myself to myself and allowing young women to see that we don't have to be comfortable. We don't have to shrink in the room. We can continue to walk with our heads up high and knowing that we are worthy, that we're enough. And when I made the conscious decision to say, I want ownership, my husband and I sat down and he was like, I'm going to go in for you so that, and it's your label, Latasha, you're signed to yourself, that anything that we have a meeting about, just like the title for the albums that I've been doing, I've been in control of that. The way that the songs that you hear them, I've been able to say, this is how I see it. This is what I hear, without having someone say, well, we're the label and we feel like you shouldn't come out this year, or we don't like that song, or we don't like the title to that song. So being able to be in this seat, it feels good. And hopefully I can allow other women to see that you do not have to um shrink in the room. You can also just walk in what it is that you have to do. So many times we forfeit our purpose, or
Yeah, we
because
do.
we're sitting here like, okay, this is a preference. No, you have to continue to walk in that thing. And so I feel like with what I'm doing, it's going to inspire. It's not just about the piece of paper. I thank God for the degree, but I got a lot of work to do. And being in this seat, I think people will see, okay, no, she's not stopping. She's serious. And I can do it too.
Come on,
Yeah.
sign myself to myself. I love that. Because remember
Yes.
back in the day, you couldn't just start your own TV show. You had to get discovered. You couldn't just be a model and get paid. You had to be
Yep.
discovered. Like there
Yep.
was no YouTube. There was
Nope.
none of this. So for today's kids to totally not take advantage of this and hone in on their talent is just a huge disservice to themselves.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
Insane.
insane.
Yeah.
So, what is next for Latasha in 2024, right? Because 2024 goals have already started. If you ain't started, you late. I mean, I'm just being real. You are late to the
Mhm.
game. So, what's next for you?
Oh my goodness, a lot. I'm back in the studio working, still using the give. You guys are gonna hear so
Mm-hmm.
much more from me when it comes down, because I know people like, okay, now you're a gospel singer. Now it's like I want to be able to, and I think I should be able to do different genres of music and not be classified as that I'm just that artist. Please don't put me in a box. I want to be able to do all things, and then still give back. So next year is going to be a big year. I'm going to be performing more because people are like, when are you gonna we gonna hear you sing live? We missed, I'm like, I'm coming, just give me a minute. After this year and all the things that have happened, I've had to, take a seat, and still use the music as my therapy, to be
Mm-hmm.
totally honest with you. So next year, it's gonna be a lot. My May Girl Foundation, we're gonna do a lot more with my foundation. I have a new cook
Yes.
coming next year, a new cook line. Oh my gosh, it's the ceiling. There's no ceiling. There's no
No.
ceiling. My is my
None.
floor. Yeah.
So, little Birdie told me you have a clothing line coming as well. So, what can we anticipate for that?
It's athleisure wear. And it's called Made
Okay.
Girl. And it all kind of ties in with the foundation because I want girls to understand that they were made fearless. They were made to win. And when I think of the clothing line, I've made it out of the highest quality, and it's called Pima cotton. And I feel like as women, we need to know that we're worth that. We are 100%. We wear so many different hats, and there's so many things that we have to do in families and business. So my clothing line is just feeling comfortable in your own skin. It took
I
me
love
years to get here, and I want to, share that my story with people and young women who feel like that they're not enough. And sometimes we get that way, especially when looking at social media. You're like, okay, I don't look like this person. My body's not this, and oh, maybe people are looking down on me because it's like, no, who do you think you are? Look within yourself, because it's not just about the outer; it's about the inward. Your spirit and the things that you want to do in life, not so much as what people say. And
absolutely.
yeah,
I love that. I was my daughter, my oldest daughter, she's 22, and she was talking
you
to me
look like
about,
you're 22. Girl, come on with it.
but my kneecaps, they really are the age they supposed to be. I was talking to her about social media, and I told her, I was like, I feel like I'm one of those people that is selfish on social media, right? Because I will get on social media and post what I gotta post and get off. And that's
Okay.
because, exactly what you just said. We could start scrolling and we'll start looking at people. And for me, it was always, why am I not getting these opportunities that these other girls are getting? Is it because
Yeah.
I don't look like them? Is it because I'm not shaped like them? And then
Yeah.
it'll just spiral you on down, and
Yeah.
you gotta just do what you gotta do. So I'm
Yeah.
excited about this clothing line. I'm gonna need some t-shirts, some
I
hats,
got
some
you.
leggings.
Got you.
I go to the gym and take a selfie. I'm not gonna work,
Oh no,
but I
sis,
will
we
take
gotta
a
work out,
selfie.
sis. We gotta work out, sis. You look good, but
I
we still
will
gotta
take
work
a selfie, honey. It is
out.
gonna be
Okay.
cute. I'm gonna do
Okay.
it justice.
Okay.
So I do appreciate you interviewing with Upscale. You look good. You sound amazing. You look like you're in amazing spirits, and I know you are out there working, girl, work.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah. I
can't
mean,
wait to see what you produce.
yeah, I mean, I think just like I said before, going through the things, the adversity that I've gone through, and with the staying power, I just hope that it inspires people. And they say that adversity, just kind of introduces a man to himself. So I've been reintroduced to Latasha, during this journey. Not saying that it's been easy. Um, I felt like even with the show that it could have been more of us talking about the contribution. When you
Mhm.
talk about the versus battle and the things that we went through, it's like two super groups. And I always wanted to do something big in that way. But when that didn't work out the way it was, it's just important for me to tell my story. And nobody could tell your story the way that you can. And me telling my story through my lyrics, through my music, and the stay in power allows people to know that Latasha, I'm here to stay, but I'm also here to be a beacon of light for those who, sometimes the internet is not what it is. But if you can
Mm.
find that person who kind of looks like you and says, okay, wait a minute, she did this and they took it through that, and yeah, I can do it too. So I'm just the possibility when you see me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I just rededicated my life to Christ on December the 10th.
Mm,
So
mm,
I want to tell you, I'm not telling you I'm not gonna miss you singing the songs that but
yeah.
I thank you for your journey, and for your walk, because anybody that knows, when you are trying to have a closer relationship with God, it's not something that just it's not a switch.
No,
You have to kind
no.
of break some of those old ways. You got to break them back down. Like, my kids will bring out the cussing demon in me, right? But
Yeah.
I've had to look at them the past couple of days, and they're looking at me like, wait, okay, what have you done with my mom? Because I'm
Yeah.
just like, hey, man, like, trying to
But
trying to get it together, you
But
know?
the fact that you want to, the fact that you have chosen to do the right thing, and sometimes put your feelings on the back burner, and that's okay. Life is about give and take. But at the end of the day, just being a better person, being a better version of yourself is what it's all about, and that's what I'm aiming for. And not so much as I'm giving up R&B music, because I'm gonna go back to R&B. I'm never gonna give up the fact that I just think my voice can be used in so many different ways. The genres of music, I may do country one day, I may do a blues album. You just never know with me. But being able to use the gift is what's most important to me, and
Yeah.
thank the gift for giving me something that I could share with the world and get them through. So many people have called me like, girl, I was going to commit suicide. Your
Mm,
song, you don't know what that means to me. I don't, the accolades come, but if I can help and bless one person, then at the end of the day, then that's what it's for. So I'm
absolutely.
not caught up in, I got to sell all these records. You want to do those things, but at the end of the day, I know that my assignment is much more than just an album sale. It's the lives that I'm
Come on,
touching.
Simon. Have you been fasting with me? You've been fasting with me, ain't you? I'm here for the assignment. The assignment is what it is all about. And people,
Yep.
So many people, they don't understand their assignment. They don't see the bigger picture, right? And of course, you got to have a huge amount of faith to see the bigger picture. But before I let you go, tell everybody where they can stream this music at. Because I don't know if you saw my post on Instagram, but I had to borrow your video.
Oh, you borrowed it? Well, it's on all social media platforms. Apple Music, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Music. I'm all over the place. So if you're searching for it, you can find it. And those people that want the cookbook, they can go to latochalifestyle.com, and it's LATOCHA, or Amazon. I think they just sold out on Amazon. So I'm gonna next year a whole new book. So I got so much going on, y'all. But you can find me on social media. I am Latasha.
And I'm already following you. So I'm excited about it. Thank you so much for interviewing with UPSCALE. You've been amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for embracing the music.
No problem. Bye, guys.
Bye, babe.